I'm also going to start recording this. I forgot to start recording. The other thing with hammer and chisel, if you have Beachbody On Demand, which I really encourage all of you guys to utilize that, try the hammer and chisel workouts. There's one hammer and there's one chisel. And I have to say, I thought Autumn's workout, I thought they were both good. Autumn's workout made me really sore. So I definitely think they're going to be effective. I would try it, and that way you can talk to people about it. You know what the workouts are like. You know who they're going to be good for. The two programs on Beachbody On Demand both use weights. So if there's somebody that's not liking weights, you know that's not going to be a good option for them. But definitely try it. Start talking about it. Just, kind of generate that interest and that buzz. You also want to start making a list for all those people you think might be interested in hammer and chisel. It could be your existing customers, so anyone that's done 21 Day Fix, Body Beast, Chalene Extreme, I would even say P90X, P90X2, X3. Anybody that's done anything like that, that's a total body workout, including weights and cardio, they might be interested in hammer and chisel. So start making a list of those people. Start making a list of your friends that you think might be interested in it that haven't committed to a program yet, and just get that going. There are still 3 days in the month to hit Success Club. We have quite a few people that have hit Success Club. I just hit this weekend, you guys, so don't worry if you haven't. It took me all month to get there. You still have time. Still follow up. Still put yourself out there. Still talk to people. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but don't give up on yourself and not even give it a chance to happen. A non-negotiable in your business should be trying to hit Success Club 5 every single month. And something else I want to tell you guys, which I realized today when I was talking to Rhiannon that I may have never explained to you, and here's one more reason why you should never rely on your upline coach to tell you anything. Always go and search out the information. Always be aware of your own business. But when you get to Success Club 10, you automatically get Shakeology leads also if you are an Emerald coach. So if you're an Emerald coach, you get customer leads. If you hit Success Club 10, you get additional Shakeology leads. So these are people that, again, just signed up without a coach. The awesome thing about Shakeology leads is a lot of those people are on home direct. So the first month they order, you don't get commission and volume off of it because Beachbody did the work to recruit those people or to draw them in. But next time they ship, you get commission and volume off that. So that's why Shakeology leads are so beneficial. So just something to know about your business. We have some new coaches on here tonight. I just want to remind you guys, some of you are going for Success Starters. Some of you will be starting out. What that is if you hit Success Club 5, which that means you have 5 Success Club points, you get 1 point for anybody that's on Shakeology HD Home Direct. You get 2 points for anyone that signs up with a challenge pack, whether it's a coach or a customer. So if you aim to help 3 people in a month, you hit Success Club 5. As a new coach, if you hit Success Club 5 your first month you signed up or the month following, so if you signed up in October, you actually can earn this in November. But if you hit it 3 consecutive months, you earn your ticket to Summit for free. So it's definitely a benefit. Summit is our national training that happens in July. I highly recommend everyone plans on going to Summit. Start saving for your ticket now. Buy your ticket. Get on the waiting list if you haven't already. It's a turning point in your business for sure. All right, so now we're going to talk about the content for tonight. So building relationships and inviting. Sorry, I have to take a drink of my tea. So sometimes inviting and building those relationships is the most overwhelming part for coaches. So I'm going to talk to you about how to build relationships and then some easy ways to invite. So just building those relationships, and I'm talking about starting in your warm market. So when you sign up as a coach, we recommend to you that you develop your list of 100 people. I don't want any of you to tell me that you cannot create a list of 100 people, because I can guarantee I can go to every single one of your friends list and you have over 100 people on your friends list. So take your friends list and dump it down on paper. Yes, you're going to have existing coaches on there because you're probably friends with all of us. Yes, you have some people that already have a coach. Don't put them on there. But I still bet you could get close to 100. Then start listing people that you just know, your family members that aren't on Facebook, your son's friends that aren't on Facebook or that you're not friends with. Just brain dump. Put down every single person you know and get them on that list. That starts your warm market. You want to start going through that list and connecting with at least 3 people every single day. You're not sending them a message and saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach. Do you want to buy a program from me? You're literally just connecting. Send them a message. Hey, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while. I saw a picture of you guys decorating your Halloween pumpkins. Looks like little Curtis is really handy with that saw, whatever it may be. Look up their Facebook page. Look what they've been doing lately. Send them a message and talk to them about it. Be you. Be normal. Don't send them a message and talk about something you would never talk about or that you're not interested in. Be a genuine friend. One of the most important things that we can tell you is be interested, not interesting. So what that means is you are spending time to talk to them, to ask them about their life, ask them how things are going. You're not messaging them to say, hey, I just bought a new chair for my house. Like, that's amazing. Why would you message me that? So people love to talk about themselves, and you are providing them the exact opportunity to do so. So be interested in them and their life. Go through that list and just connect. Your conversation is going to naturally flow probably because you're already friends. They're going to message you back. Oh, we're doing great. How are you doing? You can start talking about things that you guys are doing. Start dropping little nuggets in the conversation like, oh, I've been feeling really good lately, or to be honest, I started a new business. You can start things like that. You don't have to give them all the information at once. You can leave them something so that they can come back to you and say, oh, what new business did you start? You answer back, oh, I'm a health and fitness coach. I found that I needed something to get me into shape. I started doing these programs. I feel better than ever, and I decided to sign up as a coach, or whatever it may be. But you want people to come back to you and ask you. Don't just dump word vomit all over them and then they're like, that's fantastic. I'm never talking to you again. Unfriend. That's not our goal here. We do not want people to unfriend you. If you also were like me before you signed up as a coach and you would randomly go through your friend list and unfriend all those people that you don't talk to anymore, you want to stop doing that. I'm going to talk to you in a little bit about unfollowing people, not keeping people clogging up on your newsfeed, but I'm never going to recommend you unfriend someone unless it's a super toxic person that you clearly don't need in your life. But otherwise, there are lots of benefits to keeping as many people on your friends list as possible, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So you've created your warm market list. You're starting to connect to them. Now, and this is the hardest part for me, a lot of you guys probably don't know this, I'm one of the shyest people in the entire world. I literally get anxious talking to people face to face. In fact, I was going to message Megan because she happened to run into me this weekend and said hi to me, and I was like, hi! And then I knew I was a total idiot after I talked to her. Like, I'm so super shy. It's so awkward for me to talk to people in person. I often use my children as shields. So if that's where you come from too, I totally understand that. But you have to push yourself out of that. Start saying hello to people. I hate talking to people randomly. I hate talking to people in the store when the clerk is like, oh, what are you making or what are you buying at the store? I literally want to tell her to stop talking to me. But that doesn't help my business. So I say hello, I smile, I answer their question, I try to ask them something about themselves. Like, the power of hello draws a lot of people to you. So I challenge you, when you're going out and about, just say hi to somebody. You're at the park with your kids, say hi, like, oh, where did your daughter get that coat? It's so cute. Just do something like that. It gets a conversation going. And find something to talk about. If you are not great at that in-person or that small talk, have a few tricks up your sleeve. So I talk about wrestling a lot because that's what my children do all the time. Or because I have so many boys, it's a natural conversation starter. So I have lots of little tidbits about boys that I just tuck into my back pocket that I can talk to someone about. So keep those kinds of things on hand. Now, back on Facebook, you want to make sure you're adding 3 to 5 people every single day to your network. You want to add all those people that you are not currently friends with that you know. And next, what you want to do is start adding friends of your friends. So I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to show you guys how to do this in case you don't know. So let me share this. Oh, my computer is freezing. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me still? Okay. Oh, my computer stinks. All right, here we go. Okay, so let me, this thing. I can't get to my Facebook. Okay. So here is something that I do so that I have a higher rate of mutual friends. Sorry, let me click out. So if you go into Find Friends, you're going to see this list right here of a lot of friends. You can also click into Find Friends, and it's going to tell you how many mutual friends you have. If you guys know any of these people, since so many of you are local to me, don't go tell them that I was showing them on Facebook. But as you can see, I don't have a ton of mutual friends with a lot of these people that show up. The reason why is because I have actually added quite a few people already. So I don't tend to get a lot of friends or a lot of mutual friends still left out there because I add them all the time. What I would recommend to you guys is anybody that you see that is 15 or more mutual friends, there's probably some way you know them. I would message them, and then I would say like, hey, we have a lot of friends. I'm just wondering, do we know each other? Or you can say, this is what I literally say is, hey, you keep coming up in my list of potential friends. So I'm just being friendly and I sent you a friend request. I hope that's okay. A lot of people are actually fine with that. The people that aren't fine with it just ignore you. So it's not really that big of a deal. But another way that you can do it, I'm actually going to show you, I'll show you like on Lindsay's page. This is what I would do. I clearly would not do that to Lindsay because she's a coach on my team, or any of the coaches in our downline, I would never do. But I do pull up somebody that is in my target market. So somebody that's a mom. It might be one of my existing customers already. It might be somebody with kids usually. I pull them up. I go to friends. Right here under more is going to tell you people you may know. So which Lindsay actually has a pretty good batch here for me to work through. I might just have to poach her friends, but no, I'm just kidding. So like April, I think is her name, we have a ton of mutual friends. So I would probably message her and say, hey, you keep coming up in my list because of all of our mutual friends. How is your fall going? Or do you have any great plans for Halloween? Or like Barbara over here who has this cute kid in her picture, I might message and say, you know, you keep coming up in my list. I'm just being friendly and sent you a friend request. I love the picture of your baby. How old? That's a great way to break the ice. You always want to finish with a question so that people respond back to you. They have to message you back. There will be people who just accept your friend request and never message you back. That's okay. They're now in your network. There'll be people who ignore you. There'll be people who message you back, and then you just continue that conversation. So once you start that conversation, you want to form them. So form, F-O-R-M, stands for family, occupation, recreation, and then message. There are some great trainings on forming in your back office, but I also will talk to you a little bit about it. So the first thing you genuinely start out with usually is family, because that's what you're usually seeing. You want to be genuine about it. So pay a genuine compliment. Like, oh, your kids are really cute, or I see you guys are really active, or gosh, I love the picture of you and your husband, or your vacation looked great. Where did your family go? Ask them something about their family. Have them talk to you about it. I'm sorry, I had this page flagged too to talk to you guys, and now I've lost it. But so that is F for family. Next one is occupation. So this is just ways to keep the conversation going. So what do you do for work? You know, what do you like about your job? How long have you been there? Things like that. Occupation is a great way too, because normal people will ask you about yourself too. So then you can say, oh, I'm a nurse and a health and fitness coach, or I'm a teacher and I run my own business, is usually what I say. And I usually lead with I run my own business first, because that's where I'm going. So I say I own my own business and I also teach in special education. And then they might ask you, oh, what do you own your own business in? So again, I'm not giving them too much information. I'm not word vomiting all over them. Next is recreation. What do you guys do for fun? I see in your picture that you guys like to ride horses a lot. Is that a normal hobby? Or, oh, you ran a marathon? I ran a half marathon. Or, yeah, I work out at home too. Or, oh, I totally get what you're saying. You never have time for yourself. That used to be me too. So you can relate what they're doing back to you. The last thing is the message. This is where you are usually getting in. You're inviting, or you're talking about the business opportunity, and it takes a while to get there. I'm also going to be honest, not everybody gets to the message. Not every conversation leads to fitness. That's okay. If the conversation's awkward, don't feel like you have to continue it, or work on the for part for longer. Just keep talking in the conversation. You don't have to drive everybody to an invite. What you should be doing is providing content on your page, and those people are going to see what you're all about anyway. People creep on you. They look through your pictures. They want to see what you're talking about. You pop up in their news feed. So it all works out anyway. Let's see. So that is how you are building your relationships. So now, how are you inviting? Well, first you can invite through the forming. The second thing that you want to do does refer back to your content. You need to be way more than Beachbody on your page. If you are posting an invite post every single day, if you're only talking about your Beachbody workout and Shakeology every single day, you really need to change that on your page. People start to tune you out. You start to look like a salesman. So I'll show you guys on my page. Okay, so I post one health and fitness thing a day, and I do 2 invites a week. So my other things are jabs. So you can see I just posted tonight about Archer. That's my family. My family is a big thing today. Today at lunch, I posted something about, this was actually a coaching jab. So I didn't directly talk about coaching, but I'm talking about the things that I do. This morning, I asked for an opinion on music because I use music a lot. I did my coaching hook last night. I talked about servings of food, and it was more of a joke thing on there. But you can see too that very few places in here are you actually seeing like a direct Beachbody reference or anything like that. You want to use language that people understand. So if I constantly say Shakeology, there's a lot of people out there that have no idea what Shakeology is. If I constantly say PiYo, there's a lot of people that have no idea what PiYo is. But if instead I say my superfood nutrient supplement, or my tastiest meal of the day, or my treat that stops my cravings and gives me energy, everyone in the entire world understands those words. If I say my low impact workout that got me back in shape after my baby, if I say my nutrition plan that teaches me how to properly eat my colors, if I say 30-minute workouts at home, everyone in the world can understand that terminology. If I said 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, PiYo, Shakeology, I'm an emerald coach, I'm a diamond coach, all those other things, that's jargon to them. Unless you're a Beachbody coach, you don't know what all of those things mean. So try to speak in language that anyone can understand as often as possible. Like a great post is, if I could give you a program with 30-minute workouts and color-coded containers that taught you how to properly eat, people understand that. If I said, who wants 21-day fix? Not one person in the world. Do you see where the difference is in that? So make sure you're using language that people can actually say, yes, I want to be invited to that. Another way to invite is you can message someone and say, hey, I thought about you and I wanted to see if you were interested. I have an online workout group starting next month. I thought it might be something that works for you. Are you interested? That's a quick invite you can send to those friends that talk about being into fitness or have liked and commented on your posts. So go back and look at those people. When you are talking to someone, remember that it's not about you. You're not necessarily referring the program that works for you. You're asking questions, you're listening for cues, you're asking them about their nutrition. What kind of workouts do they like? What kind of time do they have in their day? Do they need help with a quick breakfast? Different things like that. So you are trying to figure out what would be a good recommendation for you. And then you can say, I have some thoughts. Here's what I recommend and why. But you also have an opportunity to impact a life. So remember that it's not always going to start with Success Club points. Sometimes someone may just get a program. They may just need a supplement. They may just need Shakeology. They may just need your free group. They may just need your advice on how to improve their nutrition. You're creating a lifelong relationship here. You're not creating a quick sale. So remember that also when it comes to inviting. The more people you help, the less you will have to worry about the income. I promise you that. There's also the 5-step invite process in your Coach Online office that you can refer to. And as hard as it is, when someone gives you an excuse, when someone gives you a cop-out, like, oh, I just can't commit to that, I know I can't do it, you need to validate them and reassure them that it's okay. You're not here to judge them. You're not here to be that person that says, yeah, I knew you couldn't do it. I don't know why you wasted my time. Nothing like that. This is someone that's going to come back to you later. So validate it. Yep, I understand that that's out of your budget. I understand you don't have time for that in your life right now. Can I check with you in 2 months and see if it's a better time? You always want to ask them if you can follow up later and then put them down on your follow-up list. So now I'm going to show you 2 ways to keep track of these invite lists. So I'm going to show you, first thing I want to show you is keeping people on your friends list and why it's important. So when you have events and do different things like that, your friends and their friends see them, especially if someone clicks going or clicks in your event, anything like that. So this is why I recommend you never unfriend anybody. But as you guys know, or at least you should know, the people that show up in your news feed are the people that are you're regularly commenting and liking on. So for me, this girl in particular has been asking me for a ton of help. I found out she has a coach. So this is what I do. You can create lists under your friends. So if you see that, I highlight on the friends. I'm going to add to another list. I have a ton of lists in here. A lot of these are also related to what you put on your about page. So like where I went to college at, where I've lived, things like that. I classify people on my list because you can filter seeing posts or filter who you want posts to go to. So one way that I classify people, and I know if they have a friend because they will show up and they will like things 1,000 times and I don't want to keep inviting them, I have has a coach list. So I mark her on this because once I unfollow someone, there's a reason. Either they are a coach, they have a coach, they're doing another multi-level marketing company, things like that. So when they click on my post and I'm going to go invite them, I highlight their name and I see, oh, I'm not following them. Why? I look at where I've classified them. Oh, she has a coach. I'm not going to spend time messaging her. She has a coach. So that's one way you can do it. But I still want all of her friends to see my stuff, and I want her to see my stuff, because if she interacts on it, then that keeps my traction up. So I don't want to unfriend her. Plus, you never know when someone needs help. So that is one thing to do. The second thing to do is you can make interest groups on Facebook. This really helps you for two reasons. One, every month, I'm going to show you guys how to do this. On the left-hand side over here, you come down through all your favorites. Under your groups, you're going to see interests. So you can create an interest group. So I will now create my November 2015 group, and these are people that I want to follow up with. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add all these people. Shoot, let me think of one. Okay. So this is someone that I'm following up with next month that I know for sure. And then I want only me to see it. So why am I creating this? Well, essentially, again, the people that you interact with and the people you comment on, those are the people that show up in your news feed. Those are also the people that are seeing your stuff a lot of the time. So what I do is once a week, I make sure I pull up this interest list, and I will obviously have more people in it, but I look at what they've posted and I comment on it. Like, she's only liked pages, but okay, so let's say this was a really interesting post right here about her family or something. I might type on there like, oh, that's a great picture of your kid, or it looks like you guys are having fun. Like, I'm still staying interested in her life so that I'm still present in her mind too. So that is just a couple different ways to help you classify people on Facebook. And we can talk about that more in another training, but I just wanted to show you those two tips to help you with your time. So I'm going to open it up now. If anybody has any questions, if you don't know how to unmute yourself, like flag me or start talking and I can unmute you. But otherwise, I'm going to leave it open for questions. We have about 8 minutes.
So Kira, I had a question. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
So at this time of the month, when I've just started a challenge group, I really struggle to figure out, like, I'm trying to invite 3 people a day, obviously, but how do you position it when you've just started a challenge group? So your next one is pretty far out. It's kind of late to bring them into this month. How do you position that?
Okay, so remember, an invite doesn't have to be just to a challenge group. An invite can be to a free group. An invite can be to a business opportunity, anything like that. So what I try to do is have something every single week in my calendar that I could invite people to. So at this point in time, and this month is actually a little screwy for me because I'm not doing a free group next week, it's the week after. But normally this week, because I have started my challenge group, I'm now inviting people to my free group. Otherwise, what you can just do is you're just still talking to them. Remember, it takes people time. So you can still be inviting them, or concentrate more on, this is a business opportunity week. And maybe at the end of this week or the beginning of next week, you're hosting a call or a sneak peek or things like that. So inviting doesn't have to always be to a challenge group, but I do totally understand what you mean. And that's why I try to set up my schedule so that every week is something different. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I think I had it stuck in my head a little funny because on Meg's sheet that I'm working with, it specifically says invite to a challenge group. So I was thinking, like, how do I do that? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, yep. Invites don't have to just be to challenge groups, you guys. And don't kill yourself thinking like, I have to get 3 challenge group invites in. I have to invite 15 people to my free group. Plus I have to get a business opportunity in. A lot of times if I'm inviting someone to a business opportunity, I'm counting that as an invite. If I'm not just directly talking to them about the business, if I'm inviting them to an event. So that's one way to approach that. Any other questions?
I have one about the challenge group. So I posted that lead and had several people that were interested, but then had someone that doesn't want to work out at home, goes to the gym, but she wants to be in the challenge group. Is that something, go ahead and let her in? And I told her yes already, but then I started thinking maybe I shouldn't have done that because she's not using a Beachbody program. But then I thought maybe she'd get interested in one or Shakeology or something along those lines.
Yeah, and this comes down to how you guys want to run your business. This is completely your option. When I started out as a new coach, I let a lot of people into my challenge groups regardless. What I do now, when someone doesn't want to use a program or they go to the gym, I say, you do have to be my client in some shape or form to be a part of my challenge groups, because it's a lot of time I'm investing in you and I'm helping you reach your goals. So whether that's through a program or you're using Shakeology, that's what I do now at this point. But one way too is you can always leverage a challenge pack to someone that goes to the gym. So let's work on your nutrition and your Shakeology. That's what you're going to get. And then you also have these workouts if there's ever a day you can't get to the gym or you need an extra workout. But remember, every program has a nutrition plan, and we know Shakeology is one of the best things you can do for your body. So just focus on it from a nutrition angle. But I mean, as far as letting someone in, that's completely up to you how you want to run your business. But that's one way you can leverage it for someone that goes to the gym.
And you know what? I want to add to it. Hey guys, this is Ariel. That I have actually had clients who tell me that they just go to the gym, they hate working out at home, they're not going to do it. And so I've had them get on the club membership challenge pack. So they've got Shakeology, they've got meal plans, and then they actually use some of those videos with weightlifting technique or weightlifting sequences, that they just have on their phone ready to go when they're at the gym. So just really get to know your clients and what they're struggling with. The gym, they're struggling. If they're at the gym and they still need help, they might just need help with figuring out how to be effective with their time. So they're not just wandering around wondering what to do or what machine to use and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's always a good idea.
And Ariel, did you have anything else to add? Sorry, I didn't realize you were able to get on.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. I just rushed home to hear all your guys.
Oh.
I'm going to be doing a live event on November 6th, which is a Friday. So hopefully, I think Meg is doing it. I'm not really sure. Either way, I've kind of committed to it for myself. So that information can be shared with you guys to start inviting prospects to, and that's something that you could be inviting to right now. But that's about all I had.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Any other questions, you guys? We have about a little over 2 minutes. Don't forget, with the 21-day fix challenge pack too this month, people are getting an insulated tote. Remind them they're getting a free gift with their challenge pack this month if that's what they get.
And the tote is awesome. I have one. So thanks, Kara.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys have any questions or anything and you didn't get a chance to ask it or you were afraid to ask it in the Zoom, just message me or Ariel. I will post this recording once I get it loaded up to YouTube. But otherwise, anything else before we sign off for the night? All right, perfect. Well, thanks always for taking your time to hop on. I know it's a sacrifice, 40 minutes away from your family, so I totally get it. But thank you for taking the time, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Kara.